Hello everyone, welcome back to another video today. Today's video will be what if Izuku Midoriya had a railgun quirk. Always like, comment, subscribe, and listen to today's video, shall we? Yes, we shall. We start off in the past. Two people met in military training for so that they can serve their country of Japan. Inka Midoriya and Hisashi. They fell in love. But it didn't start out that way. First, they just wanted well, to be married on paper, but not really. So, they did. They were married on paper, and they got to basically just live together, not really do much. But the more they did live together for the benefits, the more, well, they actually started to love each other. Ingo was one of the most, well, special people. She can she can generate bone and flesh to make and harden it to make guns, either that are attached to her arm or just using it to basically mimic a actual real gun. So yeah, it was very cool when she mainly grew up watching cowboy movies. So when her quirk flesh augmentation came around, she was able to start creating guns. She started out as a pro hero in her for 2 years, but decided to quit after, well, her hero agency started going bankrupt. And to pay back her parents, she joined the military. That's when she met Hisashi Midoriya. And Hisashi, he comes from a long line of military family, all the way from the Rengoku era, serving from samurai on horseback to basic to musketeer to World War II and the modern era. So they met, and once they met, they decided to get married to each other, and they grew to love each other so much. And soon, the military service was over. They decided to move in with each other permanently. Inko and Hisashi truly got married. They had a wedding, a very, very gorgeous wedding. It was just breathtaking in the moment. And soon, they had a kid, Izuku Midoriya, a little bundle of joy that they had together. Though something was a little bit odd about him. On his left arm, a what seems to be some type of mutation grew. Ever since he was born, it started growing until the age of 4. Is a full-on vambrace. They cover the majority of his arm up to his elbow. They didn't understand what was supposed to do it, but they already knew he had a quirk. They were wondering what type of quirk he had. But they were soon to find that out. One day while shopping, Inko took Izuku with her. She was teasing him about buying him candy if well, he's good. That's when someone with a gun appears. More accurately, gun for fingers. The little barrels on the fingers of this man pointed at her, and she yelled at her to bring him and give him all her money, or he will shoot her little brat. Go had her hand behind her back as her flesh and bone start peeling off and augmenting into a regular pistol, single round. But before that could happen, a sonic boom ruptured the air, and the two were separated, and so was everyone else, as people and objects flew around. And the guy, well, he was splattered into a million pieces. No one knew what happened, but Ingo crawled to her child, and what she saw was his left arm, whatever his hand turned into a 16-inch barrel made of bone. Some type of hardened bone, which was awesome to her. Her son had a quirk like her. But then she noticed something. There was no smell in the air. No, nothing of any biochemical that were similar to gunpowder. But then, when she tried to text Hisashi to get over here to pick them up, her phone was out. In fact, it also had a cracked screen. Ingo did not know what was going on. But here was her arriving and started asking questions. Ingo showed her her court license that prohibited her to use her quirk for self-defense. Sasha arrived to pick up the child as Ingo wanted him to. And then she whispered in his ear, "Wait a minute, guys. Is quirk activated? It's some type of railgun." Sashi was shocked for just a moment, as he nodded and took their child with him. Ingo fell to the ground on her knees as she was just shocked. Her son had a more powerful quirk than her. In fact, even her husband, who was also known to be called Railgun in the military, because his softball pitch was a fucking railgun, going at Mach 3 at least. But her child has a quirk that at least goes at Mach 10. She does not understand this at all. Sonic boom that happened was so basically decimating, it almost broke a building. And they were flung 20 feet at least from where they were standing originally. Inko was shocked, laced, but she knew her son will have a spectacular new job to have as a hero or a soldier. Thus began Izuku's years of hell. Izuku, now age 10, was fighting both his parents, who are basically the best in Japan, to the point they literally got a goddamn plateau, a big plot of land, a huge farm. The only reason they actually went to the city is because, well, they needed food. Because the harvest is not very good. They're not very good farmers. Anyways, Riku was just surprised of everything, still in shock from that one day. But it didn't deter her. She had to train her son further. Izuku learned several things from training more and more. He learned that his, his railgun is basically has the same strength and lightness as titanium, even though it's made of bone. Izuku was able to manipulate the iron within his blood to generate more of it, to the point of creating a bullet in a matter of a millisecond. He also learned something else. The only reason that bullet went Mach 10 was because, well, it charged up to 10 for 10 seconds. Izuku learned more attacks, learned that his railgun arm is basically very powerful. But he wanted to make sure he doesn't hurt people on accident. Because what if he had a dream, a nightmare, and he accidentally killed someone? So he keeps on training for that day. But until he learns to basically shoot a blank from a railgun arm, he just trains his body to basically follow his every command. So not let his brain take control, but for him to control. Izuku was fighting his father, who was the strongest of the family. And Izuku, with a bone dagger that his mom created. And if you guys are wondering, our quirk is technically called flesh gun, though it's just basically flesh augmentation, augmenting bone and flesh together to make something. I mean, though she can actually, though it may seem like she can create anything, she technically can't, as she only is able to make guns through muscle memory, and it's hard for her to make anything else. So yeah, I was like, anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Always like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.